ice insulates the temperature. It doesn't isolate UV rays. UV rays are part of what causes heat.
Hey, Mr. Pond Boss, tell me what to do to make all my Lunker Lake dreams come true.
Hello everybody, Bob Lust, the Pond Boss.
Troy Todd, speaking of water temperature, is there any benefit of using a dark pond dye in the winter time to absorb more sunlight? Would the dark dye diminish the length of ice cover ice cover in northern ponds? You know what? I don't know. I bet you it would. You know, darker water, clear water, darker water absorbs more sun and it absorbs more heat. So I bet you if you put a black dye in there or a dark blue dye, that would absorb more heat. Now, the only way it's going to do that is if your ice is clear. You know, because keep in mind that ice insulates the temperature. It doesn't isolate UV rays. UV rays are part of what causes heat. There's the answer. I think it would impact the temperature of your water. I know this, in muddy ponds, in the summertime, they're always cooler. But crystal clear ponds are always warmer in the summertime. I'm going to presume that a dark pond dye would absorb more heat. I would presume that. Nobody's ever asked me that, and I don't get stumped very often, but that kind of stumps me a little bit. Bruce Condello. Hey, Bruce, checking in. He says, would the dark blue dye possibly diminish the ability of bottom vegetation to produce oxygen? The answer to that is yes, it sure could. So your offset might be gaining in temperature, but losing some. The pond's ability, the rooted vegetation that's semi-dormant in the bottom of a pond is going to likely lose its ability to photosynthesize, which means it's going to become a consumer of oxygen. I think in that case, that probably offsets the reason to try to warm a pond up with dye. Great question, Bruce.
Pond Boss Magazine. Now this is what fuels the economy so I can do stuff like this. $35 a year. Cheaper than a Friday night date, and it lasts a year. Adios for now.
Hey, Mr. Pond Boss, tell me what to do to make all my Lunker Lake dreams come true.